Hello and welcome to this video on SolidWorks. So in this video I'm going to be doing the first skills demonstration you'll be completing for the CAD module, and this is a desk tidy object. So I'm going to go into the PDF that I'll be making available for you. And in this PDF it just goes through the different stages of actually producing the product that we want to make at the end. So you will see the visual of it at the end. It's just a simple little cube for holding pencils and a ruler. So this will be available for you to create the part, and then I'm just going to have this video as well on hand to go through step by step how to produce it. So I'm going back into SolidWorks here. And as you can see, we have part, assembly and drawn, so I'm making a part, so that's what I want to enter. And we're just letting that load up. So in this video, this will be two parts. So the first part I'll probably get as far as having the piece extruded and beginning to mark out where I want the extruded cuts to happen. And then in the final video, we'll do the cuts, we'll do the fillets, and finally we'll do an appearance on it. So starting off, in the PDF it explains, so we have our three planes here, so we want to draw on our top plane. So to do that, I right clicked on the top plane and I'm pressing sketch, and now we're getting the view of it. Okay, so we're using a center rectangle, so I'm dropping this menu down and I'm going to center rectangle. And this option's coming up for me. So if you wanted to draw different types of rectangles, the options are here. So I'm going to my origin here. It's highlighted in with that orange dot. So I have the center rectangle. So as we can see, this is underdefined on the bottom right hand corner, which means there's no definition or there's no dimensions on it. So we need to dimension it. So I'm going to come up here to smart dimension. And I'm going to dimension one of our sides, so this top side here, okay, and we know we want it to be 100, so I'm able to edit that there, so I'm happy with that. That's going to be 100. So there's no need in me going around each side and dimensioning 100 on each side. A simple trick we can do, so I'm happy with that dimension, is this is 100, so I'm going to click on it. I'm going to hold down on control on the keyboard and I'm going to come over here. I want this line here as well to be 100. And now you see this option comes up, add relations, so we can make it horizontal, vertical, collinear, perpendicular, parallel, but I want it to be equal. So I'm going to click on that, and now we've made this into a cube. Okay, because obviously this was 100, I made the two of these equal, and therefore this bottom line will be 100 and the other side. So that's the first sketch completed. So what I don't want to do obviously is click this X here, because that's going to delete the sketch. So I'm clicking on rebuild and that saves my sketch, and you can see it right here. So now the next step is I want to go into features and I want to extrude this. And we're going to extrude it, so we can see here the D1, that's the depth. So I want it to be 100 millimeters. Okay. Happy with that. I'll just zoom out so we can all see the cube that we're after creating. So the next step now is actually making the marking out where we're going to make our holes and the slot for the ruler. So I'm going to click on this top surface here, because that's where we're going to be drawing. And what I want to do is sketch on that. Okay, so we'll notice that it's going to be very difficult to sketch on it the way it's orientated at the moment. So if I come over to sketch 2 here, I right click on it and there's normal 2. So normal 2 brings a view that we're looking straight down onto it. So remember to right click and go to normal 2. So looking back in your PDF, you'll see that we're making two diagonal lines here. It's two axes. So I'm going to do that. I'm not going to use a regular line. I'm going to use this center line here. I'm going to get the corner. So you'll notice it'll highlight here with this orange dot. And I'm going to bring it down here and it'll highlight again for me, so I know I'm on the corner. So it's important that once you draw that line, at times it'll want to continue. So I don't want to continue that line anymore. So I'm just pressing escape on the on the keyboard. So I need another line again, coming to this corner. I want to get that highlighted and then up to the top corner, like so. Okay, now I know that we have a hole going to be here on the axis. I have one over here. So it doesn't matter about dimensions at the moment, because I'm going to dimension using my Smart Dimension tool. Right now I'm essentially just drawing what I know is going to be there. I believe there's another hole going to be here. We have a rectangle, or sorry, a square located in this section, I believe. And then finally we have a slot cut that would hold a ruler in this desk tidy. So I'm going to make this slot using the line feature. So I'm just going to zoom in here. I'm choosing line. If we look at the PDF, we'll notice that it's coincident with these two axes. So my first line here is going to come across like this. So that's telling me, the highlighted is telling me that my line is straight. So I can see there it's 180. If I get it back, yeah, 180, and then it's coincident with that axis. I might just go back into the PDF just to make sure. Yep, correct. So it doesn't matter about the dimensions. We're gonna go, we're gonna make our dimensions now. So I'm happy with that. So these are all the components we're going to have in the desk tidy. So the next step is dimensioning. So I clicked on my Smart Dimension, and this here I believe is 20 mil. So just follow my steps how I did that. I'm going to show this up again so I know the diameter is 9 of those holes. So this diameter here, I'm just clicking on it. You see that symbol, that circle with the line going through, I know that means diameter, so that's going to be 9. So when that's black there, that circle it's outlining, that's telling me that circle is fully defined. Okay, I'm going to move on here. I know that the center point to here is 8. And the same here. This is also 8. So to make life easier, so we don't have to go dimensioning these two circles, what I can do is click on this circle, which I've made diameter 9 already. I'm holding on Control on the keyboard and I'm highlighting those two circles. And then what I want to do is make them all equal. Okay, and you see that symbol that's after coming up telling me that they're equal. So we also are told that the angle between these two circles here is 60 degrees. So I'm going to do that now. Get my Smart Dimension. I'm coming from the base of the angle, highlighting these two, and then it should give me the option here of the degrees of the angle. So as you can see, it's telling me it's 55 degrees DEG, so I want that to be 60. And there it is there now. So I'm happy with that dimension as well. So we've completed these 3 holes here. So now we're going to move on to this section. So it's 25 and diameter 12. So I'm going to come from here, like so, 25. And this here is diameter 12. And I'll just go back out to get my measurements. So this cube is going to be 12. Same instance again, I can click on this and make this side. I can click on this because I've made it 12. I'm actually in the Smart Dimension feature, so I need to get out of that, so I just escape from it. So sorry, I'm in clicking on this and I'm making the other side here equal to it. So that's going to be our cube now. And as you can see from the drawing, these 2 points are coincident. So that just basically means they're in the same line. So I can do that here as well. So highlighting this. They are coincident. Okay. And I'm just going to make them smart dimension here to pull that back down. So that dimension is 10. So I'll go back to that now in part 2 of this demonstration of this desk tidy.